Absolutely love the show.
Thank you.
And a phenomenon I'm always fascinated by, I've seen this with Quinta Brunson, with Abbott Elementary, Nick Mohammed, Intelligence, other things, is someone who's involved so much behind the scenes and casts themselves as the punching bag.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering about what the dynamic is like, sort of being in charge in that sense, but having most of the characters be mean to you every day on set.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because it didn't totally start out with that as the plan, and it sort of evolved into that. But I like it. I'm a big, tall guy. I can take it. But I do think that's sort of how these things go. You know, they're trying to pull this guy out of a hole. Their friends are trying desperately, and it requires like a lot of attention on one guy, and so eventually people get tired of it.
Well, I like all the funny moments, but then we have a lot of this just like sad, almost scary Jimmy in season 2. Do you feel like you go to like a dark place for that?
Yeah, because we want to be honest about all of the real issues that we explore in the show. We want to be honest about Parkinson's while at the same time find humor in the fact that Paul is trying to figure out how to keep living his life as this is happening. And I think with Jimmy, you can never get away really that the worst thing happened to him. And then he failed his daughter because the worst thing happened to her also. And so that is a pain that he's carrying throughout all of the comedy. And I think it's what makes, for me, like doing the show so fulfilling. I get to play a bunch of things at once.
And what has it been like having Brett step out from behind the camera also into a role that we really just don't expect from him?
Well, that's that's the benefit of writing material is you get to do things that people don't expect you to do. It's the whole point of writing because people want you to do the things they love you for. And so to get to see Brett step out of, how he's known and show what a amazing actor he is and the breadth of his talent, it's why we do it.
You've played so many great characters before this. Do you feel like Jimmy is really something new or that there's echoes of other past roles you've played?
My goal is that each time I do a part, it is reflective of what I'm going through at that point in my life. So I guess they're all kind of reflective of me, but and like a lot of what you're going through in your life overlaps, but I don't think I would have been capable of playing Jimmy in my 20s. And by the same token, in your 20s, you're making a lot of movies about being afraid of girls. It wouldn't make sense in your 40s. People try it, but like to me, that's not where I am. And so to make a piece of art about something that is a little more grown up has meant a lot to me.
What's the project from your past that you feel like people never bring up that you're really proud of and you wish would come up randomly?
Easy. It's a show called Dispatches from Elsewhere that I made.
Fantastic. I love that show. Happy to see National Anthem recently. So great to see your co-stars doing such good stuff.
Yes. Great. Yeah. That show means a lot to me, and I poured my guts into it, and it was really reflective of what I was going through at the time. So yeah, I hope somehow more people see it one day.
I mean, I think it's really great. And I think it also just in terms of like combining genres, I do not know how to classify that show,
totally.
But it is fascinating.
It's so weird. Yeah, it's so weird. It's part of why I love it. It's like the same part of me wrote that show that wrote the Dracula puppet musical,
Well, getting back to Shrinking, I feel like Jimmy does get to really interact with most of the characters, but do you feel like there's somebody in the cast you just haven't gotten enough time with yet that you'd like to in the future?
Yeah, I haven't gotten to do a ton of dramatic work with Ted McGinley, and I think that he's capable of doing anything. I'd love to do some scenes with him.
That's what I thought you were going to say. Because I think he's not that there's a lot of choices because you really do get to be with so many people.
I do, but not a ton with Ted.
Is wonderful.
Yeah, he's amazing and he's so funny, and you literally could throw him anything, and I think he's like just awesome.
What's the acceptable preview of season 3 that you can offer without getting in trouble?
Well, we pick a true north for each season, and if season 1 is about grief and season 2 is about forgiveness, season 3 is about moving forward. And so you get to see each of these characters kind of transition into the next phase of their life with varying degrees of success and failure.
And is this supposed to be it, or is there potentially more after season 3?
We're talking about it now and figuring out what kind of story we want to tell. So I'm very hopeful there's more.
Listen, the resurrection of Ted Lasso after 3 seasons was always the plan. I have hope for everything in the future now.
Yeah, well, I feel like each of these characters is so rich in their, like, what you could do with them, and you could mix and match any group of them, and so I don't see why it would have to stop.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see Emmys embracing the show more this year. Great to have Harrison
That's
and
incredible.
Michael. What do you think it is about season 2 that just really got people in a different way?
Everybody had a chance to have a fully realized arc. You know, season 1, you kind of have to say what the show is about, and it was about getting this guy out of the hole. And season 2, we came in and everyone was kind of at zero. So now you could do anything. You know, it was like a level playing field, and everybody got to just go out there and thrive.
I am a big fan of season 1, though, I will say. So I'm not the idea that like season 2 is so much better. It's like, no, it's not. Season 1 was quite good too. But you know, I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, me too.
So, well, before I let you go, this is Awards Buzz. We love to talk about what everyone's watching. What are you watching right now?
I'm watching a lot of Hulu murder shows, like, you know, like true crime documentaries. I find it really relaxing at the end of the night. I hate to say it, but to like not think about work or writing or acting. And so I watch a lot of true crime.
Do you feel like that's something you'd like to try doing? Something like fully dramatic
I'd
with
really
that?
like to play a bad guy. Yeah.
Like a Jason Sudeikis Colossal kind of thing?
No, I think like I've always walked the line between charming and creepy in almost all of my performances, and I at the tip towards charming, but I'd like to tip it the other way.
I love it. Well, let's hope for lots and lots of shrinking before that, but then the villain era for you.
He's coming.
Thanks so much.
Cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
Really, really nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.